Hey there and welcome to my channel. This is Natasha from Crafting Extreme Love, and I am here today to share a process video with you for Cocoa Daisy with the theme of labels, which are my love language. I did want to go ahead and share 3 different products with you before I got started in this video. I'm going to have a link below, or excuse me, a timestamp below if you're interested in fast forwarding through this portion of it and just getting to the process. So I wanted to showcase to you today the memory keeping sticker kit and the brand new Daisy add-on sticker kit. And both of these come with a clear matte sheet, and the typography is similar, but everything from what I glanced at is each its own individual design. Of course, similar theme and colors throughout all of the kit items. That's what makes it so cohesive and beautiful. So this is the memory keeping sticker kit is sized for a large happy planner. I do not use a large happy planner, but I use these stickers. You can use a punch and make that work for you. You can tear them, you can cut them. There's so many different options. They come with labels here and some thin little washi strip stickers, which I just love. Here's some more full box stickers, some different little elements here. Some word phrases that are really great for prompts and journaling. Now, if you have an undated planner, this is fantastic as you're able to go ahead and date your planner. Some little circular labels here, some more of the washi strips at the bottom, and then labels and tab stickers, along with some deco items that match the kit. Sorry, we're going in and out of focus here. And then alphas. So I'm going to show you here on this side, the Daisy add-on sticker kit. We have the labels here, and this is what sold me on this subscription, and I had to add this to the material that I had to add it to my kit, my box. It's just beautiful. And then some word phrase clouds, some more deco elements, and then the alphas. So they're similar, but they're different. I love how it all matches. I'm going to be using both of these kits today for my project. They're fantastic and can be used no matter what size planner you are using or a form of memory keeping that you keep. Now, the next up that we have is the pocket cards. Now, this is now part of the rebranded modern memory keeping kit. So you are able to purchase these individually, or of course you can purchase the kit. And if you are new to Cocoa Daisy's design, these are just stunning. Usually there is a neutral side with different prompts to help you in your documenting and your journaling, which I really love as someone who struggles with the journaling component of memory keeping. And then on the back side, there is a really bold, or pattern I should say. This month it's a pretty bold print that matches the kit. So I really love these. You'll see today how I'm going to use these in a project. Now, they come in the 3x4 cards, and then there's also the 4x6 that are available as well. So to go ahead and get started, why I wanted to share with you the journal cards is my main point of inspiration for this week's layout, outside of the labels, is going to be this journal card, which actually came in December's Cranberry Rose. But the black and white made it seem like this is just a match made in heaven. So I've got a piece of lined, colorful planner paper. This is a Happy Planner classic size sheet. I've gone ahead and added some gesso on here. This is what it would look like before the gesso, and to go ahead and kind of make it more of a canvas here, I've just added some texture and visual interest. Now, I'm going to be having the main center point here, and I'm going to be building up upon this. So I'll be using the journal cards along with the labels to create somewhat of a reflection board for what I'm leaving and what I'm taking with me, sort of like a more or less style. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in, and I'll be showing how I'll also use these to create a doorway into this journaling. So let's go ahead and get started. To create the focal point of my layout, I am going to lay down this pattern piece of paper from the Classified Memory Keeping Kit to serve as the base for this portion of my layout. I am using a card from the Modern Memory Keeping Kit as somewhat of a title for this layout. I just love these little birds and think that it's so adorable. The colors here that you're going to see I am using throughout the layout. I do have the pink at the back for the foundation, but the majority of the colors that I am using are going to be more of a cooler tone, and that is strategic to be able to create a bit of a balance here with the colors that I'm using. I always go gaga over labels, so today's project focus is one that I truly love, and I always think that labels are a fantastic way to add clusters and dimension to your layouts in a really easy way. And my go-to strategy usually with creating clusters and labels is I'm going to select a large label first, and let's call that our foundation label. And then I'm going to pair that with smaller size labels. And when I am staggering them, or when I am placing them down, I do stagger them and put them slightly offset from each other. So then that way they're not all in one row. There's a bit of a flow to the cluster, and that adds to that interest. So always think, if you lay a label down, you want to either scoot it a little bit to the left or to the right to really maximize your products in creating these different clusters. Using both the labels from the adhesive die cut packs along with the stickers are also creating some subtle texture differences between the two, even though the products are really similar. With my foundation of my label clusters down, I am moving on to building this interactive element of my layout. Now, to do so, I am using primarily journal cards. As I mentioned in the intro, the 4x6 journal card is actually from the Cranberry Rose, and I cut that in half to create these two different door panels. Now you see I did have a bit of difficulty figuring out these hinges, but it was really easy once I figured out what I was doing there. So to create those hinges, that's just a 1-inch strip of pattern paper. The length, I did not measure it exactly. I just did it a little smaller than the 4 inches. I just eyeballed it, to be honest, and then folded them in half and used a bone folder to make sure that that seam was really crisp, so then that way it's not too bulky. Now I am layering it with a 3x4 card now to back up that 4x6 card that I cut in half. And to do so, I just selected journal cards that had like a listing element to it to really help facilitate this activity in really thinking about what I want to leave behind in 2020. Hello, inner mean girl. I don't know about y'all, but I can say the most horrible things to myself that I would never utter to anybody else. And that's one thing that I really want to work on leaving behind this year, and definitely being a lot more self-compassionate in 2021. And these journal cards really help me to journal and just memory keep in a way that is a little bit more challenging if I just have to free write it. In creating these hinges, I also used the same pattern paper that I did for my base, and that way once I do adhere them to the page, you will see they do blend in really well, and I did that on purpose, so then that way your eye is looking at the whole layout versus staring at the hinge. So I really liked how that ended up playing out. If you were paying attention, you probably noticed I was fighting with my ATG gun and then it just kind of pooped out on me. So I did switch over to this adhesive tape. I do recommend when you are creating these interactive elements such as a hinge that you are using a heavier duty adhesive, so then that way it can take the weight of the additional cardstock. Now, I was using this 4x6 card to help guide my placement, and I end up really having a hard time in getting this down in a way that I wanted to. And to be honest, in the end, I wish it was scooted over a little bit more, but it is a-okay. The overall process, the overall product, I really love how it turns out, even if it is a bit more to the left versus centered. But part of creating, especially when you're doing a layout and you've already committed with the adhesive, is just for me to let it go. I could fuss over that this is not exactly perfect, but probably if I did that, I may not even finish the project, and I would rather have the project done. The memories are there to look back on in the future versus, oh my goodness, this is totally off center. Now, at this point of the project, I want to create some type of tab or flap to open up my doors here, and these die cuts that have the adhesive on the back of them are just so fantastic. They're so easy to use, and when you're creating an interactive element like this, like I was saying, you really need to be conscious of the adhesive that you're using. This with the glued on adhesive helps it so much, and so this just turns out so cute. And I am gonna add just a little bit more here with the stickers from the sticker kits, and off camera I do add some additional elements you will see in the finished photos, and I do encourage you to head on over to the Cocoa Daisy blog. The link is listed below in the description box, and you'll see the finished project. I do end up adding some 2 selfies in the interior of my flap there, along with some 3-dimensional elements such as the enamel dots and the washi tape, just adding some more interest to the layout. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that this layout has given you some ideas on how to use your labels that come in your Cocoa Daisy kits. I do have a link below, like I mentioned, to the blog post, as well as all of the products that I've used and mentioned in this process video for you to find. And additionally, if you are a brand new subscriber to Cocoa Daisy, don't forget to add my name at checkout. That lets Cocoa Daisy know you heard about them through me, and it will also give you a special little extra goodie in your first subscription package. If you have any questions for me or comments, feel free to leave those below. And if this is a video that resonated with you, please don't forget to hit that like or subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more content like this. Until next time, take care, and I hope you take some time just for you to create something beautiful today.